right, so Michael, you have 5 seconds to explain yourself, my dear boy. Why did that not kill you?
It's a long story. And one I don't generally like to do in public, especially in the middle of the day like this. Is there somewhere in this brand new guild hall that we could talk privately? Just the three of us. Because nobody is supposed to know about this, really.
I don't even know if I should be listening to somebody who threw my guild to the side and just now is demanding to talk to me in private. The fact that you're even standing in my new guild hall is a blessing to yourself, sir.
True. I mean, what are you going to do about it? Currently, apparently, I can't be killed with physical means. And what are you going to do? Catch me? I'm a shadow. I think your only option here, Alamos, is to hear me out and allow me to explain some things.
Viper, should we hear the former guild leader out?
I mean, he did help me out, so I'm not opposed.
Oh.
Yes, with the whole Jasper situation.
Indeed, I'm glad to see that's working well.
Fine. We'll listen to what you have to say, but this is a one-time thing only, Michael.
Cool.
You have a lot to explain. But anyways, we'll go up to my private quarters, and we'll make sure that the new people here at Grimshade won't have to worry about this whole situation.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Did Jericho ever get back to you, by the way?
Yes, Jericho told me a little bit about what's going on with you. Nothing crazy, but the fact that you put him on a S-rank quest or something like that?
It wasn't really that bad. It was only S-rank if they found us out.
Michael, do not put my guildmates in danger.
Oh, come now, Alamos. You know I would have protected him.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Regardless, welcome to my office.
Very nice.
Yes. It's a little bit better than the one that you had before, Michael. But, feel free to take a seat here. Same with you, Viper. We're gonna have a lot to explain here.
Indeed.
You're fine.
Yes, you might. Hopefully, you have a bottle of poison around because this is going to be a lengthy conversation for the three of us here.
Sadly, I don't. So let's begin. Where have you been, and what has happened to this guild?
Yes. Let's start with that one.
Let's start with where I've been. It's been a year since we've spoken.
Correct.
Just a little over a year. Well, after the events of the last year, including the corruption of the Grand Magic Council and Sir Jonathan, I had to depart on a small mission to take care of a few loose ends involving that. Secret, of course, which is why I didn't tell any of the other guild members of this, which is interesting. You see, I was out first and foremost looking for Brandon, who had disappeared suddenly after that year.
Yes.
And was worried about his whereabouts, considering the state of Divinus Magia, and the lack of a Grand Magic Council means that the guilds need to be strong, right?
Agreed, yes.
Which leads me into a future point, but other than that, I was looking for a very powerful wanted criminal, you see. Someone with the power to destroy just about everything in the blink of an eye.
I think we both know who you're talking about.
Eden is a very dangerous foe, and important to a very specific friend of mine.
Yes.
Anyways.
Well know about your buddy Eden. Yes, I know just how much powerful this man actually is, but the fact that you decided to roam off without bothering telling anybody about your whereabouts sparked much confusion and much pure anger about it. So you were gone for the past year, my dear sir.
Yes. Well, like I said, I was on a stealth mission, and any good assassin knows you don't tell everyone where you're going when you're going to kill someone. That breaks stealth, no?
Agreed. I can agree with you on that one. But brings me to a point that I want to ask you. You know how the old Grimshade Hall looks?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. See, Jericho took me here like no less than a week ago, and I
Oh,
saw that
did
the
he?
guild hall was completely destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Yes.
and also, on one more point, to defend myself, I did tell you where I was going. Well, I did say I was leaving. Actually, I did leave the guild in your hands. I sent a letter. It said, your problem.
Was
Yes.
it the one that you left in the front of the guild hall?
I sent it by carrier pigeon. Actually, I sent it by carrier pigeon because I was already gone. So then it must have come to the carrier here, which means... Huh. Oh. Okay. I think I'm seeing how things are adding up now.
Yes, you, that message was left in front of my destroyed guild hall, with only Colin being the only member of Grimshade left.
So I'm guessing then that by the time the carrier pigeon arrived and the courier took the letter to Grimshade, the guild hall was already destroyed. Oh, okay. I see why you're mad at me now, because then when the guild hall was destroyed and the letter says your problem, it makes it look like I did it.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. What me and Viper, when we came back from our little trip after being away at Patrick O'Connor's family for the past year, doing some soul searching, making our bodies stronger for the coming year, coming challenges, we show up in Atlantide in front of a destroyed guild hall with the words "your problem" from Michael. I tried getting some information from Colin, but he said as well that he had no idea what was going on with you.
Yeah.
So...
He's also been losing his mind, so...
Yes,
Oh, has he now?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was well.
Yeah, he's talking to he's talking to a bunch of inanimate objects. He found a skeleton. I don't even know where he found it, but he found a skeleton. He calls it Steve, and he talks to it like a real person. The lad's gone completely insane.
I mean, he might not be completely insane. The spirit might still be attached to the skeleton.
It's not the point.
Yes, but all we saw was when we came back from Grimshade was the completely destroyed guild hall, and from what I heard, because Colin was the only one left in Grimshade, that the guild was basically disbanded. I had to basically work my tail off with Viper over here, getting a loan from the Protectors to even get our guild reinstated. I don't know how much pride I had to suck up because of that, Michael.
I'm still sucking it up.
Yes, our poor Viper over here is basically paying back all the money that we spent on this lovely guild hall, which she's going to be over doing errands for the Protectors for quite some time because of it.
Ah, yeah, I can see that being a problem. See, I gave Jericho the first of 3 vaults, but I guess that wasn't enough.
He still hasn't given me that money yet.
Oh, he hasn't?
No. He mentioned that there was a key for 3 million jewels, and
yeah,
he showed me the key, and that was it. I didn't get any money, no nothing.
So I noticed when I took Guildmaster about 9 years ago that the guild was burning a lot of its money gained through special means on random things, and therefore we weren't keeping it. Instead, I had set up 3 vaults where we could store a good chunk of that money in the case that an event like this would happen.
So we have 3 vaults full of money that you gave it to a newest member of our guild that has absolutely no idea where it is.
Well, to be fair, it was the first time I met someone from the guild, and I couldn't quite return just yet.
At least we have money somewhere, Viper, but...
Yeah, so...
is each vault, is it like 3 million each, or how much are we talking per?
No, I'm not sure how much are in the other 2, because I wasn't the ones who kept the key. So Bren did a lot of the treasury work, but I haven't seen him in a year, so I have no idea where he's going.
Bren. No, we haven't seen the lad ever since we got back here in Atlantide, and I bet you Viper would love to say hi to him. I mean, around with those eyes and everything, I think Bren would, would be kind of interested to see just how Viper is with this going on.
Interesting. Oh, also one more point. In what world do you think I'm the one who could destroy the guild hall? You know my magic is all...
Yes, but my understanding was that the guild hall was already old to begin with, And in the past year, I can understand if it needed some repairs.
Oh yeah, definitely needed repairs, but I don't think enough to make it crumble like that. Maybe a wall or two, but nothing that bad.
Hmm. So, if you didn't do it, Michael, who did?
Well, I noticed something very specifically interesting about the guild hall and the way it was destroyed.
Go on, go on. I'm all ears right now. You better be explaining how my baby got destroyed in the past year.
Well, I'm guessing that someone did it either on purpose or on accident, because the central roofing of the long hall was almost entirely intact still. It collapsed in the center.
Correct. Yes, that's the biggest problem right now. Our roof was on the floor.
Yes, indeed, that is quite an issue. So I can imagine that someone made a very precise hit on it, which leads me to a few different types of magics, but I'm not sure. Could be earth magic, could be gravity magic,
Crash.
could be crash magic. Yeah.
Yes, there could be some different causes for something like that. But during that time, Michael, since that you had your message thrown away by carrier pigeon, was it? Is that how you sent off your message?
Well, I mean, it's the most secure way.
Well,
Again, I could send a message to the mail, but then everyone would know where I was.
True. But because of all that, the destruction of the old guild hall still lays in your hands, because I wasn't informed that I was going to become the guild master until a year later.
Ah.
So,
that was the plan?
Yes. So next time that you decide that you want to take a leave of abscess, maybe you should send something over to where we are currently. We said we were going. We were going to go visit Patrick O'Connor's family. You could have sent a carrier pigeon over there, but no, you decided to send it right to the guild hall.
Yeah. I was kind of preoccupied, so I probably just forgot.
Yes.
Again, dangerous man on the loose, another dangerous man missing. Kind of important business to take care of, so my mind probably was wandering a little bit. And among other things I'm searching for. Oh, and there's one more thing. I guess this kind of lines up nicely for both of us.
What's that?
What is that?
Well, okay. See, I need your help.
You need my help, Michael. What interesting enough coming along to ask someone of your former guild for help, but what is the help that you require, Michael?
So again, you're quite some many years old, and therefore the type of magic you wield is quite old in itself.
Yes.
And on top of that, you control the celestial spirits. So
yes.
I'm having quite an issue, right? See, as you witnessed earlier, my body is becoming ethereal.
Yes, I was kind of curious about the fact that I hit a lethal blow on you, and you just shook it off like it was nothing.
Yes. Well, you see, the good news is I have mastered and conquered my Godslayer form. See, the bad news is the spell that I used to track Eden when he got away, well, kind of, I guess, has a negative side effect. Simple to using dark magic without having it prepared. Kind of did it on the spot. And, well, now my body is becoming, well, unreal. And if I'm not careful, soon enough I will just be nothing more than a shadow.
So basically your magic's eating you.
Essentially, yes.
Lovely. That's quite interesting. I didn't think there was such side effects when it comes to your powers there, Michael, but so you decided to use this kind of as a last resort type deal, and now you are experiencing the side effects. So now you're kind of disappearing in front of our eyes, pretty much.
Fortunately, my body stays relatively untransparent, but things tend to pass right through it, including food and drink.
That is quite interesting. I will admit, I didn't knew that there was something quite interesting about that for you, my dear boy. But So brings me to my next question. How am I supposed to help you out with that? That seems like more of a you problem, my dear sir. I don't have magic that does that.
Yes. Well, my hypothesis is being that my spirit and my body is being dragged into the celestial realm. Much like if the celestial spirit king were to lose his mind.
No
I'm
wonder
becoming
why.
one with the ethereal realm.
No wonder why I was experiencing some problems over here. Usually everything is so nice and kempt, but as of recently, I mean, ever since I got back, I've noticed some problems with the celestial realm. I couldn't put my finger on it, but you definitely, Michael, would fit that perfectly.
Yeah, seems I'm causing more problems for you than I intended to.
Yes, it's nothing particularly crazy. It's just that if the celestial realm doesn't fix itself over time, I might not have access to my magic at all.
Which is a problem for both of us. I'm
Quite.
gone, and you're gone, then what happens to Grimshade?
It would be left in Viper's hands, and Viper, yeah, see, that's a problem right there, yes.
I don't think
can
I'd
tell.
want to take over this place.
I mean, I really didn't when I did either.
Mm-hmm.
It really needs to be left to Devin. But,
Yes.
so here we're at an impasse, it seems, where I need your help, and you need me to repay the damages, apparently, that I've caused by my absence.
Correct, yes. The fact that, for at least the past week, the payment would have been your head, but I can't really do that right now, so I guess we'll have to come on some agreement for you to pay back everything that you've done to not just myself, but the entire Grimshade organization. You almost
Indeed.
ruined it, to be quite honest.
I
You might not
didn't.
have realized it, but with Grimshade the way that it was, the Magic Council didn't think of it as a running guild. The fact that he was even able to get the guild reinstated was a blessing by the protectors. I don't want to go through something like that again, so you better have a good way of repaying this, Michael.
Well, I guess the first step for me would be to find Brent. Shouldn't be too hard. The shadows speak for themselves.
I wouldn't mind switching for Brent as well.
Interesting.
That's not much to pay back, but sure, yes.
So there's one other thing that might be of mutual benefits for both of us.
What's that, my dear sir?
Well, like I said, I'm looking for a certain someone, and this certain someone may be tied into another problem I found going on in Atlantide, which includes the quest that I brought your newest member Jericho on.
Yes.
I think the lacrimas might be tied to both Eden, or maybe some other evil. Who knows? Because they were illegally imported into the city, dumped into the ocean. Quite odd, if you ask me. For a normal shipment. But the good news is there's a very specific event that should be coming around sometime soon that tends to bring quite a lot of mages into one spot.
Grand Magic Games.
Indeed. And the Grand Magic Games tends to be a hotbed of magic, and if someone were to, say, use Lacrima to capture some of that magic, then they would go to the GMG, no?
Makes sense.
That doesn't. You do bring an odd point for that. Yes, that does make sense. But the thing is, like, how does that repay me specifically, Michael?
Well, if I remember correctly, winning the GMG also has quite a decent payout, no?
I think I'm already catching your drift over here, Michael. But aren't you telling me that you want back in Grimshade?
I believe my point is that I will rejoin Grimshade under a new alias, obviously, so people don't know it's me. Considering I'm still under, hiding, under an investigation currently. But I'll rejoin Grimshade as a new alias, as, let's say, double S class mage. That seems fitting. You enter me into the Grand Magic Games, any fight I'm in is a guaranteed win, no?
I don't know, Vapor. What do you think about this one?
Well, if you think about it from a standpoint from the guild, we could use the help Not only does winning GMG give us money, but it also puts us in the eyes of the public.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yes. Seeing the fact that that's one of our biggest downfalls right now is that everybody thinks of us as just a dark guild, a terrible guild to begin with.
Oh,
And-
God, I hate that part.
Yeah, and just because my bounty's gone doesn't mean people respect me. I'm sure the
Exact-
respect has gone down more that my bounty is gone.
Mhm.
I don't care much, but it affects the guild.
So,
Correct.
let's weigh out the advantages here, right? I enter the GMG. I give you free wins. You win the prize money. And you gain recognition. So you get the money back to rebuild the old guild hall. And you get some high-level quests in because Grim Shade is now on top. And I get to scout the GMG for anyone who might be doing some potential wrongdoings.
It's an offer we really can't refuse, Alamos.
I know it's very, very tempting to do so, but
Mm-hmm.
this is all thinking too that everything that Michael is saying is currently the truth. He was gone for a year after all. Who knows what he was up to? No, he was gone in quote unquote hiding for quite some time. Who knows if he was telling the truth?
But he also gave me a second chance, which is my reason for trusting him.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yes, that's my only reason why I'm even talking to the lad currently is because of how much in debt you want to him. Michael?
Debt? I wouldn't call it debt.
Hmm.
I only did it out of the kindness of my heart.
Yes, of course. The kindness of your heart. Yes, Michael. Fine. I guess, Michael, you can come back to Grimshade for now.
Wonderful.
We'll be keeping a major eye on you, though, since that I'm not 100% certain if everything that you told me was the truth.
I mean, what parts are you saying aren't the truth? I mean, you witnessed the body problem. You know I was gone for a year, and he's aware that Eden's still alive.
I still have my doubts about people.
And Brandon returned, no?
Yes, you definitely have a good track record going, but
My alias will match. But I'm glad that we have an accord, yes? And with that, you will also be able to help me with this phantom problem going on. And with that, the celestial realm will go back to normal.
yes, that would benefit all of us.
Oh, and of course, I have no intentions of taking the guild back from you. I never want to be master in the first place. But I only did it because I love the guild so much.
Good. Because there's definitely one thing that I'm a tiny bit worried about was since that you're former ruler of this place, just because that you were the previous doesn't mean you're going to be the current.
Absolutely not. And I wouldn't expect it to be that way.
Good. Well, Michael, I can't believe I'm saying this already, but welcome back to Grimshade.
Wunderbar.
Nice to have you back.
Well, I guess we should probably find you a place to put your new room in.
And
We don't have that much money for you to bind furniture, but I'm certain you'll find good use of it.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. I sold my house in Atlanta.
True, yes, you do. Well, I guess that's that, Michael. Welcome.
All back together.
I've got some more paperwork to do since that we have a brand new guild member. By the
Ooh.
way, you were suggesting a new alias. What exactly are you going by?
Something that wouldn't be too obvious that it's me. So Shade's out of the question. Shadow is as well. You could just call me Spirit.
Spirit. Sure. Why
Cool.
not? Your new alias will be Spirits now, Michael. I'll be making sure to call you that more often as due time, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I'm gonna go back, do some more paperwork for you, but in the meantime, if you have need help with your whole celestial spirit realm thing going on, all that information, find any information about Eden, I'm certain that I'd be interested in finding out about that.
Well, now that I'm an official member, I assume I'd have to report back to you anyways.
Yes, that is proper protocol here at Grimshade after all.
Of course.
All right. Well, if you do not mind, the two of you are now dismissed.
Thank you again, Master Alamos.
Ah, this is going to be so weird to hear from that.
Later, Alamos.
I'll talk to you in a bit, Viper.